Investing in real estate with pre-construction condos, is it a great idea or is it a bad idea? Stay tuned for this episode of Prime Properties TV where we'll be discussing that topic. Good day, Toronto! Welcome to another episode of Prime Properties TV. So glad you could join us here. This is going to be a two-part series where we're going to be discussing whether pre-construction is actually a good idea or not. Now, a lot of times I get my clients and friends asking me about whether pre-construction condos are a good idea and whether they should actually invest in one. So I thought I'd share with everyone here about the pros and the cons of a pre-construction condo. As usual, before we get started, I want to give everyone some background information on pre-construction condos before I get into the good and get you guys all caught up to speed, all right? So pre-construction condos, these are basically a large lot of land that a developer, a builder like Tridel or something, promises to turn into a nice high-rise condominium. You essentially are buying the plans to a condominium unit in that complex that is going to be built in 3 to 5 years. It's kind of similar to what I would say Elon Musk of Tesla did with the Model 3 Tesla car. Basically, they said, hey guys, I'm going to be building this awesome car in the future. I haven't really finalized the details of it yet, but it'll look something kind of like this. If you want one of these, give me some money and I'll produce it. That's kind of basically what pre-construction is. If anyone is familiar with Kickstarter, it's also kind of like that. If you are interested in pre-construction condos as an investment, make sure you watch next episodes where I'll be breaking down the process and where the money can be made. Also, how to avoid the nitty-gritty details that can turn your investment sideways. Now, here are the pros and cons of pre-construction condo, and of course I'll start with the positives. But before I do that, disclaimer, I'll provide my thoughts on the matter from my real estate experience, but everyone has their own side and opinions on it. And remember that what you decide to invest in is based on the lifestyle that you want, and it's respective to what you're capable of doing, all right? So pros, number one, if you're buying a unit that's pre-construction, it's awesome if you're a VIP. This is super platinum. This is way in the beginning, which has massive upsides because you know what? You're going to be getting depreciation of the unit when it completes just on the down payment, which makes sense. Or sorry, the deposit. Now, people have made upwards of $30,000 to $50,000 on the flip of a pre-construction if you get in really early. Two, you don't really have to do much. Like you just kind of wait there until the developer is building and you get your returns. Three, you have the newest and shiniest condo unit when it is complete. Now, here are the cons. Number one, unless you're well connected and you can get into like super platinum or whatever they're calling it now with the agent or a developer, by the time you really hear about it, the project's too late and you're buying it that doesn't have the massive upside and you're buying it at future prices already. Now, there is a misconception that the public still thinks that the pre-construction prices are well under market. But what you guys don't realize is the developers has priced them for future prices, meaning if it's going to finish in 2019, it's priced for what they're estimating 2019 to be, okay? Two, your deposit is sitting around for 3 to 5 years, depending on how long the project is, and it's not making money. This is an investment what we call loss opportunity, and if you are more active in your investment, there could be other opportunities out there. Not to mention, you're clearly banking on appreciation, which I don't necessarily agree on in the previous videos I was talking about appreciation. Number three, delays. Oh boy, delays. There are so many of them, I'm not even going to get into it, but I've seen projects push back for 2 years. Four, hidden fees, everybody's favorite. There are a lot of them that people don't consider that can turn your investment sideways because you're banking on appreciation. I'll get into them next episode, but here are some of them. HST, levies, phantom rent, special assessment, utility connections fees. It's quite a bit that you may or may not have heard of, which I'll be discussing in the next episode. Five, believing plans will never actually change. The building in their contracts actually have the ability to change the floor plans of the unit you bought. I've actually had a colleague's client who bought something a few years ago, and when they got their keys, and this condo and developer will remain unnamed, they opened their door, and instead of the kitchen being there, there was a wall because they had to put some mechanical pieces there. Now, the builder has the right to put those mechanical components there, but long story short, she was not very happy nor impressed. And I would say 90 to 95% of pre-construction condos are actually not worth investing in. If you want to know where some of these good pre-construction gems are that have major upside for appreciation, make sure you contact me. My contacts are below. Thank you all for watching. If you learned something and or enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Prime Properties TV on the YouTube page and click on the little bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content and videos so you can educate yourself in real estate. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below or reach out to me. And remember, make sure you share this with your family and friends because like I always say, an educated consumer is the best consumer. I'll see you next time, Toronto.